CourseSource is an open-access journal of evidence-based teaching resources for undergraduate biology education. You can access our current articles at www.CourseSource.org. Although CourseSource publishes several types of articles, the most important are arguably our lessons. A lesson provides readers with complete information and resources to teach a concept or skill that is aligned with learning outcomes determined by scientific societies. This series of interactive tutorials will help you understand how to prepare a high-quality lesson that will meet the review criteria for publication in CourseSource. A challenge authors face when preparing a CourseSource lesson manuscript is that CourseSource lessons are a different type of writing than most scientists are used to reading or writing. A lesson is not a scientific report, so it doesn't need to follow the conventions of scientific writing. A lesson is not an educational research report either. Instead, you should think of a CourseSource lesson more like a protocol. Scientists are pretty comfortable with experimental protocols, which we follow to set up our experiments and gather our data. A good protocol has all of the information needed for the reader to repeat the experiment the same way as the authors. A CourseSource lesson is essentially a teaching protocol. It has all of the information and materials you would need to teach the lesson the same way as the authors. We encourage you to imagine that you're asking a colleague to substitute teach for you. The lesson should contain all of the explanations, notes, suggestions, and materials such as lecture slides and handouts. Like an experimental protocol, the lesson should contain enough information to be replicable, be comprehensive, that is, contain all of the information needed, and be user-friendly so that readers can easily understand what they need to do, how long it will take, and so on. Based on our work with dozens of CourseSource lesson manuscripts, we've developed a series of short, interactive tutorials that can help you write a great lesson. The first tutorial focuses on replicability. The second tutorial emphasizes the importance of putting your lesson into the context of other published work. The third tutorial offers tips and suggestions for how to follow the CourseSource writing style and grammar conventions. Well, shall we get started? You can select the tutorials in any order, but the first one may be the most important.